A prequel to a prequel? Are Disney pushing Star Wars to its limits? Well, the answer is no. This is a gritty, a classy, and a grown-up adventure in a galaxy far, far away. Hello and welcome to Screen OD, the channel for people who love TV, movies and streaming. My name is Tim. I'm an editor and a journalist who's been writing and talking about the entertainment industry for more than 15 years. And now the Star Wars franchise has certainly been going for more than 15 years. But perhaps Andor is the TV show that everyone has been waiting for.
To steal from the Empire? To just walk in like you belong? They're so proud of themselves. So fat and satisfied. They can't imagine that someone like me would ever get inside their house.
There was a healthy dose of skepticism from a lot of people in 2018 when Andor was announced. A secondary character from Rogue One was going to lead a TV series in the Star Wars franchise. Now, we know there's been lots of TV series made in recent times by Disney in the Star Wars world, but this is certainly very close to the top of the tree. This is a kind of neo-noir inspired piece. This has depth to it. It has grit to it. This is about the human condition, about people, about politics. This is, of course, Star Wars still, but there is so much more to it. The show begins with Cassian Andor, played by Diego Luna, living on the edge of society. He's not yet a soldier of the rebellion, but we see just another broken character trying to escape his past. But we also see that rebellion is brewing, and this is a dark and a dank world. We're about 5 years or so before the events of Rogue One, and of course Star Wars fans will know where the eventual trajectory of this story is going because the character is in Rogue One. However, there's going to be a lot of twists and turns along the way in this show.
The Empire is choking us so slowly. We're starting not to notice. What I'm asking is this. Wouldn't you rather give it all to something real?
I guess a good way of talking about Andor is to think that if Star Wars up until now has been about the dark side and about the light that fights the dark side, this is a show that concentrates most of its attentions in the bit in between, the bit where people actually live their lives, in that grey area. This isn't a show that's all about obvious good and obvious bad, and of course the rebellion is happening, and of course there are things that are unfolding which we know in Star Wars canon will be important across the entire galaxy. But this is a show that is subtle. This is a show that takes you inside the mind of people. It looks at the subtleties of the human condition. It asks questions about who we are, what we're doing, and why we're doing it. And suddenly when you start to do that, you kind of forget sometimes that you're watching Star Wars and you feel like you might be in a different place.
I need all the heroes I can get.
For the greater good.
Call it what you will.
Let's call it war.
Even though at times it feels like you might be almost watching an HBO drama with the kind of the grit and the grime and the darkness and, you know, the conversations between characters playing out in the way they do on screen, this is still Star Wars, and there are still references to the bigger picture that you need to see. But they're not hitting you with a sledgehammer. There are subtleties to it that will lead people back to their DVD collections and their Disney Plus streaming services to go and watch things again. This is a 12-part series. The first 3 episodes came out at once, and then after that it's released weekly. So this is something that has been given some time to breathe, and I think you can feel that when you're watching it. You can feel that this is a story that is being allowed to be told. It's a brave move by Disney and the people at Lucasfilm to make a show that has quite so much air to it, because at times you could feel like maybe it needs more action, maybe it needs more shiny CGI. But actually, it's the fact that some of those things aren't happening, and the beats in between the notes, which are the really, really interesting parts of this, the parts that really keep you coming back for more.
There's fermenting out there, son. Pockets of fermenting.
You're in my net. fish? Or are you a thief?
This is 21st century Star Wars. When we started getting the TV shows, we expected things to be different, and The Mandalorian delivered. It was a fantastic and is a fantastic show. There's been some miscues along the way, people not so keen on things like the Book of Boba Fett. Obi-Wan Kenobi certainly has something for the fans, but this feels like a step change. This is a story that's told in a different way. This is beautifully put together, executed with aplomb. If you like Star Wars, or even if you don't and you just want to get into a gripping story that's got time to be told, then I suggest you go and watch Andor now on Disney+. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the review. If you did, why not hit that like button, and of course subscribe to Screen OD for all the best content direct to your feed. We'll see you again for more videos very soon.